Greetings, adventurers. This is Kazu here, the Warmforge, and today what I have for you is some actual play footage from a one-shot that I'm running in the Starry Shores server. If you guys are interested in playing D&D online, whether or not it's the 2014 version of 5e or the new 2024 version of 5.5e, you can come and join us at the Starry Shores. I'm going to put a link in the description for both the new and the old 5e servers. We are a large, growing community of dedicated, hardcore D&D addicts. So even if you're someone new who's just interested in trying out D&D, we're very accommodating to new players, but our community has a lot of veteran DMs and players, and people who are both veteran DMs and players like myself, who just play a ton of games. There's dozens of sessions hosted on a daily and weekly basis, and if you get into the server and you get higher level, you can actually play high tier games in tier 3, tier 4, even beyond that. For the old server, you can get past level 20 and multi-class, and then add on other levels to go as high as you want. In the new 2024 server, we just started things up, so most of the players right now are between tiers 1 and 2, but a lot of people are starting to get into tier 3 as well. So if you're interested in playing D&D online, again, check the link in the description below. And yeah, we're gonna have basically a short adventure for you guys to watch today. The party has been tasked with entering a place known as the Hollowdeep Caves, which is outside the small village of Brindlewatch. Unfortunately, the town was attacked by giants, and the villagers had to flee from the town and hid inside the cave, at which point they have gone missing and they have not returned. So the party is tasked with entering the cave, finding out why they've gone missing, maybe if someone has abducted them or is holding them hostage there, and saving them and bringing them back safely back to Brindlewatch. And so you're going to see the adventures, 5 adventurers today who go off to take on this mission. We get into a little bit of combat, well, actually quite a lot of combat. There is some social interaction and some good RP. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. D&D isn't kind of the main content for the channel yet. I do a lot of video game content, and I still want to do a lot of video game content, but D&D is a huge passion of mine. So if I can share that with you, I can show you guys some awesome games and hopefully get some people to join the Starry Shore server, and maybe we can even play games together. That would be absolutely amazing. I would love that so much. So please give a like and comment. It really helps boost the viewership for the video and get it out there to more people. And actually, leave a comment if you're interested in joining the server, or if you have any questions about D&D and you want to talk about it, because I love discussing all things Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah, subscribe for more content, and I'm just going to throw up the entire video, at least the first portion of this one shot for today. So please go ahead and enjoy. Get some water, some snacks, because this is going to be quite an adventure that the party goes on. So, welcome, adventurers. My name is Kazu. I have been DMing for quite some time, probably about the last 8 years or so. I have been DMing D&D 5e, and on a pretty consistent basis, I have been both playing and DMing. Within the Starry Shores, my activity has been almost non-stop when I first joined, and ever since then, it's been pretty consistent. I think I've hosted at least 150 to 200 sessions in the Starry Shores overall. But this is the 2024 server, so we're going to be playing with the new rules. We get to try out some hopefully new and exciting things. I would say I played a decent amount of 2024 just because my campaign we've converted over to the 2024 rules, but I haven't ran that many one-shots using the new 2024 rules. So there certainly will be some things I'm either not aware of or gonna have to learn about, but I think for the most part I'm pretty familiar with the new rules, and they aren't that different from the 2014 edition, so that we have to look forward to. And for today's adventure, it is going to be a dungeon crawl. If you've taken a look at the LTH post, it looks like you have some work to take on, as all of you are adventurers of the Starry Shores. And as you go about and take on your daily business, going through the various buildings and businesses within the shores, maybe you stumble through the Astral Oasis and see on a missive board there is a notice. It reads, "To any able-bodied adventurers, during the recent Hill Giant raid, several townsfolk of Brindlewatch have fled into the Hollowdeep Caves and have not returned. It's been 5 days since then. Tracks confirm they made it inside the caves, but strange howls and winged shadows have been spotted overhead each night since then. Locals fear that the goblins of the Gnarlwood have moved into the caves, and worse, something unnatural may be nesting there. Please find the villagers and escort them back to Brindlewatch from the Brindlewatch Town Guard. It's a rather generic missive, but an interesting one nonetheless, as it seems that some villagers have gone missing, and perhaps as novice adventurers, which everyone is now, that the 2024 has reset our characters, and we are all in the depths of Tier 1, you may have found that this is something that either your character would be interested in, rescuing villagers, or just perhaps another job to earn some coin and to get you to where you need to be as an adventurer, whether that be to gain wealth and fame, or merely to test your skills and to hone your wits. In the field of battle and elsewhere, you've decided to take that notice. And next to the bulletin board, there would have been a portal that opened up into what seems to be a wondrous and fantastical land. The Hollowdeep Caves are a network of caves, really, from a rather hilly mountainside outside the town of Brindlewatch. And so your journey begins there, just past the gates of Brindlewatch, down the old road, and towards the mountains and the hills where the Hollowdeep Caves are. With that, we're going to jump into character introductions. We'll go ahead and get started from the top to the bottom. Please introduce your character, their name, their race and class, and then maybe any other story beats or details about them that you'd like the other players to know. It can be over the table or it can be in character, but all of you would have entered this portal and be meeting each other outside the gate of Brindlewatch right at this moment. So we'll go ahead and get started first with Emberlyn. If you can please introduce your character.
Oh, no.
And don't forget to drop your PP.
So this is Emberlyn. So Emberlyn Vareth is a scribe wizard. She's also a Dampier. She comes from a world, or more so a place called Sanctuary, in which she learned her craft and her magic. And basically, she wants to help the world in the best way possible. She is infected with a demon blood that basically makes it so that her magic is always fiery, and it's basically a curse. She looks at it more so as a curse than a weapon, but she's going to use this curse that she found to basically help as many people as she can. She wishes to basically one day probably find that demon that infected her with that blood, or with her own blood, and stop this fiery curse from her ever harming someone ever again. And that's Emberlyn.
Excellent, excellent. All right, we are going to move on next to Gavrik Sunstrike.
Gavrik is a paladin. He's doing the classic paladin thing of trying to kill anything that seems even remotely evil, even if it might be able to be fixed. Yeah, he's classic elf, with even more righteousness than most others.
All right, amazing. That totally won't become a problem later on as we move on over to Cachette.
Hi, I'm the evil. Sorry.
Keshet is a kind-hearted, shy, but very inquisitive, vibrantly colorful human from a strange plane called Earth, who is filled with life, light, and love. From a young age, she was always fascinated by magic and whimsical, fantastical things. She came across the ancient Greek goddess Hecate, who's known for being associated with magic and witchcraft, and she kind of fell in love with her and started to worship her and wanted to know everything about her. So one day she was on her altar and like reading a book, and she was doing some spells, and she started saying, between the worlds I stand in sight, 1 foot in shadow, 1 foot in light. I hear the past, I taste the flame. The threads of time weave through my name. No fate controls, no chains confined. I wield the realms and take what's mine. And as she said that, a portal opened up and she walked through, and she ended up in the Forgotten Realms, into like a magic school. And then she started to read all the books she could and learn all the magic that she could based on always being in love with magic. And now she's going on adventures and having a good time. And she's a cleric.
Excellent. All right, and then next up we have is Rory.
Rory is a druid. He used to live in the jungle, and then one day found himself adventuring. Why? In search of food. He's just hunting. and he recently found he can buy food, so that totally didn't ruin his hunting abilities. But he's still trying to stay on diets, so now he's going with adventures into a new place. Maybe hunting more new species or kind.
Wait, was this from AI generation, this little animation?
Yes,
Wow, that's crazy.
I know.
That is quite impressive. Very nice. Damn.
I haven't show you everything. The consistency is crazy as well. Let me show
Yeah.
you just a batch of pictures.
All right.
I'll talk to you about it later.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Oh, nice. All sorts of
My
different outfits.
God.
All right.
Yeah, he's when he moves wild shape, he doesn't change shape actually. He just changes onesie.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so cute.
I'm concerned why there's like
Sounds
a cat
lovely.
one that has spider legs, but we'll worry about that later as we move on
And
to
that's-
the last,
that's fine.
the last person, but certainly not the least, is going to be Silk. Please introduce your character.
This is Silk, Vengeful Silk Shadowweave. He is a detective, soul knife rogue, drow as well, and he's currently in the Astral Oasis, enjoying a nice whiskey on the rocks, just chilling, enjoying a nice day of vacation.
It seems like vacation is interrupted, or maybe it's continued as you see this notice appear. But all of you would have taken the notice. You would have gone into the portal already, and at the moment, you are outside the gates of Brindlewatch, standing beside one another, looking up towards the mountain, where there seems to be a location called the Hollowdeep Caves. And it seems that, well, the town needs your help. And so adventurers are being asked to enter those caves and to hopefully find the missing villagers and bring them back safely. That is where we're going to begin our adventure, as I will drop the owlbear for you guys. You guys appear before each other within the portal. As you look around, you get a sense for your surroundings. And as Starry Shorians, you're very used to kind of just being dropped into the adventure. So it's no surprise to you that you can see off in the distance with your passive perceptions. If anyone has a passive perception of 12 or higher, you would immediately see there seems to be a bit of a trail that goes up through the mountains and leads in to a quite large cave mouth that goes further into the area. And immediately you can see that there are wooden signs, or not necessarily signs, but wooden totems that have etched in them goblin marks that state danger, keep away, stay out. And there are skulls littered around the ground to the entrance of this cave, signifying danger ahead. So the group of you, you can introduce yourselves to one another, and you'll be walking up to the entrance of this cave, which is what you can see in the map. So go ahead and we're going to enter open roleplay and exploration. I'll ask that if you do move in the owlbear, just move up to your walking speed at a time. So if I want to pause and tell you guys to stop for a moment because something's happening or you're coming upon a scene, then we will be able to interrupt you there. So keep that in mind. You guys can continue to use any sort of TRP if you want, or you can take the voice chat, as the stage will now be all of yours.
Well, hello everyone. This is quite the mission that we're in. Is everyone ready? I see a couple faces here that I do remember, but there's some that I don't remember, or well, I've never seen before. And she kind of gestures towards Silk, Rory, and Gavrik. Hello everyone, or well, hello you three. My name is Emberlyn. I am a wizard, so to speak. I specialize in casting magic from afar. It is a pleasure to meet you all, which kind of a curtsy.
Casting magic
Pleasure to
from
meet you.
afar.
Did
That's
one of
a
you bring your
interesting
child on this journey?
Okay, we just started. I'm not a child. That's my race. I'm a gnome. I'm a full adult. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're so tiny and cute though.
That's racist, but I understand.
I like your
Oh.
lion costume.
Thank
Your
you.
lion onesie's cute.
I agree.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Are you a
Thanks.
special kind of druid, my dear friend?
Oh, what gave it off? Sorry.
You seem very in tune with your nature.
Yeah, you're right.
I know a
Anyway.
couple druid friends, so that's only a wild assumption. I meant no I meant no, like thingy. My name is Emberlyn. Sorry, I'm
Hi,
really bad at introductions.
No worries. My name is Rory Forsey. Don't only
Okay.
have one Z, I have four of them.
Well, it's nice to
And who
meet
might
you.
and who might you all be? I know Rory, but what about you?
Ah, I'm Gavrick. You may know me.
I'm sorry, I don't quite recognize your name. Am I supposed to know you?
Well, I was hoping so, yeah. But no worry, no worry. I'm a paladin. Working on the repute is might be obvious.
So you battle for the light. Is there any particular god that you serve? Like an Arius or Tyrell? Any of those at all?
Honestly,
Hecate?
no, not Hecate. I
Oh,
I follow the
unfortunate for
one
you.
with the who gives me the biggest weapon. To be honest, we say a hired sword for gods.
Oh, curious.
I need someone to give me a lesson on gods later. I haven't found one yet.
Ever since I've come to the shores, I've actually met a lot of new gods that I've never heard before. It's quite marvelous how many religions and different gods are out there.
Yeah, I keep hearing of them, but I have never seen one.
Right? Same.
It is so nice, unlike Earth, where so many people try and force you into one horrible religion.
They
Wait,
do
so
that?
you guys are worshipping people you didn't meet before?
Maybe?
Oh.
I may
Bullshit,
have met
Silas.
Hecate, but I'm not sure.
How are you in love and worshipping something you haven't met before?
Because she's so wonderful and she's the goddess of magic and witchcraft, and I just love
How,
everything magic. She spins
how
in
do
a
you know she's
circle.
wonderful if you haven't met her before?
I just can feel it, you know? I just know these things.
Okay, well, from now on, I'm worshipping chicken, fried chicken. It's
That's really
delicious,
cool.
it's wonderful, and it's amazing.
I love
You
that for
know,
you.
you mentioned it, there could be a god of fried chicken out there.
Have you met
I
them?
wonder.
No,
There very well
unfortunately.
might be.
Unfortunately, I've never met anyone like that before. But it was
The
merely a
note
jest.
of- At the
I
note
don't
of
understand how you-
Emberlyn mentioning that they worship fried chicken, Silk is just gonna be like, yeah, never
No.
mind, and then just
No,
walk in.
I don't worship fried chicken.
Hey, you
Mhm.
get back here. We weren't done.
Okay.
Hey, Silk, you might have a customer right here. This little guy looks like he likes fun suits and costumes.
Yes. Hello, Rory. And I hand him a suit, a card,
Dude.
silk and thread suit shop, master tailor, Vendril silk shadowy at your service. If you're in
Oh.
ever need of a suit, please don't hesitate to come in. And this goes for everyone. And I like flick out like cards like rapidly, and they just hit like your chest and fall into your palm. And you're like, what the fuck? How did they fall into my palm so easily? And he's
Wait,
just like that.
Give me
You
a
hit
give
my
me a sleight of hand
dad.
check.
Yeah, I like toss it and it like bounces off of like your abdomen and like falls into your palm.
Oh, okay.
You know
Give,
what?
give me a sleight of hand
Should
check
be-
for that.
It would be way more flashy for you and memorable for us if this card was something edible.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, like
But
fried
Well,
if
I
chicken.
agree, and I very much
If
hope
it was
your
edible,
attacks
you
do more
wouldn't
damage than
remember
that.
it because you just eat it and forget the information.
No, imagine you give
Oh,
us
no.
an edible card, we eat it, we enjoy it, and be like, oh my god, that was great, can I get another one? And you give us the real card. So, you know,
Yeah,
I
and
think I
and
hit
if
Emberlyn in the eye.
if you
Ow!
worship the god of fried chicken, maybe your cards would taste like fried chicken, and they would
Yeah,
actually fall in our
tossed
I
hands.
think he's secretly a god of fried chicken.
They could
Maybe.
be.
Who, me?
yeah, I'm not believing
Yeah.
in any if I don't see them.
All I'm
I mean,
saying
would that
is if you
I
were
mean, that's
hypothetically,
relatable.
would that make you go to my store if I was the god of fried chicken?
No,
Maybe.
but it would
It's-
make me want to be a paladin of fried chicken.
Okay, it's how are you gonna prove your? Okay, wait a second. I need to ask. Looks at Gishet because she's the one who talked about gods the most. How do you know a god is a god?
Well, I'm pretty sure she brought me here to this crazy place from the awful place I came from.
Okay, you're pretty sure, or you think you're pretty sure?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% positive, because
Okay, never
one
mind.
can never be 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure. And I'm
No,
happy
I
to be
can.
here, so I'm grateful.
No, you can't be 100% sure.
I'm 100%
Not
sure there's something
not in
evil to kill
faith.
in there.
I don't think in faith you can ever be 100% sure.
I don't
Mm.
know what this fake thing is.
You
But
know,
it seems
it's
so
not
fictional and
worth it
based on
unless
old
you
people.
want it.
Fair. Anyway,
Mm.
let's get us some gold so we can buy food. Because I think
As
gold
we
is
start walking
our
in,
hidden god that's everyone worship.
as we start walking in, I'm gonna throw an orb up into the air and cast daylight.
Daylight. Good thing I don't have sunlight sensitivity in 2024.
All right, everyone
Yeah.
pause for a sec. Let me just give all right, so the light should be working. You produce a drift globe in front of the party, and all of a sudden, like a dazzling what is it called? A disco light, a disco ball. It's gonna explode in a beam of light that almost blinds everyone just initially for a second before giving a crisp amount of daylight that illuminates the passageway before you. You can see there's a bit of a kind of dirt and rock entrance that leads into a wide cave opening where there are fallen rocks that stretch all the way up the ceiling, forming what seems to be like stalactites and stalagmites. And they do seem to lead into an entrance, which you can see leads further into the cave. And because of the daylight, because of perhaps some of you with very good dark vision, you're easily able to see beyond the entrance and that there are some rock formations further in. There's a big cave
guys.
mouth in this first room. And you also can kind of smell the scent of mud, heated mud that seems to be
Look at it.
serving as a bath for a very large
Electricity.
creature that is currently bathing.
Right, so I'm thinking we go the other direction. This thing, I don't want to fight it.
Yeah, good plan. Good plan.
Unless anyone wants to go,
Isn't
join it
this
in a
the only
bath.
way we can go?
It might be. You make a valid point. I'm
Okay,
going
so
to
it's
I'm gonna walk back. Just hold on a moment.
okay.
I'm gonna walk over here and cast Shield of Faith out of voice range.
At the moment, I will say your drift globe, since it produces daylight, it doesn't seem unusual as you're like walking up. But if you were to enter the cave, you would very clearly stand out with a drift globe. There
Yeah.
is nothing else illuminating the cave, so further beyond your dark vision, it seems to be entirely dark. There are no other light sources.
Okay. So, does anybody have a plan?
Maybe we could
Well-
talk to the ogre.
That is
Does-
a great plan. Do you want to go
Would
in
you
and
want to
talk
be
them?
talked to while you're having a bath?
Not
I
really.
mean, maybe we could just avoid him.
We could try and stay close to the right side of the cave and hide. But you'd probably have to cover that globe thing that you
I
made.
could.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I can just use a towel for that though.
Yeah, try and close the globe so that it's not super bright. You know, like if I'm taking a shower, the last thing I want is a spotlight on my naked body.
To be fair, I do not think I could handle that. I'm gonna produce like a sheet and throw it over the drift globe.
Okay.
Ah, thank God.
Right, so after turning off the light, does anyone have any other plans?
I think we just sneak close to the wall over here.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Before
Maybe
we
he
go
won't be
in,
paying attention.
I have this thing, and Silk's eyes, like his pupils specifically, will go narrow and narrow and narrow until they're like thinner than a grain of sand, until his like irises take up almost all of his eye. And I'll use whispers. That shouldn't use an ability. It's free the first time. God damn it, Apra.
Okay.
Why are we planning in the first place? Let's walk in. If he harm us, we harm him back.
Fair enough, but I don't think I feel comfortable with putting you at the front.
Me? No, I'm a tank.
I don't. Have you seen the size of that thing? And the size of.
Oh,
Anyway,
you haven't seen the size of me when I get angry.
I'm
Don't
sure
let my
you're very
size fool
scary.
you.
I mean,
Um,
he is a druid after all.
he is, but like,
Roar, indeed.
Exactly. You don't know. He could turn into a large lion, and that little onesie is just, cover.
Well, we should perhaps still be careful.
or he could be delusional and just not even
I mean,
change.
you're not wrong, but
Rory rolls his eyes and walks in. People can hear
I
you. There's
very
only 10.
quickly try to run up to follow him so he doesn't run off alone.
Okay. Any stealth checks?
yeah,
No,
I'll
from me.
I'll do one because I'm going towards the wall,
Yeah.
and I do a
No,
terrible
I
job.
I like talking, so I'm going to approach swaggericiously.
Yeah, Rory looks at the orc and it's like top of the morning to you.
Hello there, lad. I see you're
Emberlyn
taking a
runs
shower. You
into
need some
Cachette,
help?
and we both fall over.
The ogre, you can see he is a pretty large, about 12-foot tall humanoid creature. Actually, not a humanoid creature, a giant, who stands up out of the mud. He is completely caked in it. He seems to have been having quite a good time in what seems to be a heated mud bath, and his giant club is resting on the side next to his leg. But he turns around to face the party, and before he even makes a response, you hear a shout from behind you. And it seems that on an elevated ledge right above where Cachette is, there are two goblin lookouts, both of whom have spotted the party, and one of them takes out a little bit of a rattle, a bone rattle, and shakes it and says, Gamok! Gamok! We got company! And I'm going to need everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
so much of a piece.
Oh, nice.
Wow, wait, I just... I did not mean to make a fucking Baldur's Gate 3 reference.
Oh, whoops. I was not ready. I guess.
You did great, Silk. You did great.
Yes,
All right, make
I
sure
did.
to update your name with your initiative values. Again, you see that there are two goblins up top. They're short. They have kind of this yellowish olive colored skin. They're wearing leather rags. One of them, actually both of them, they seem to have rusty scimitars and bows. One of them is shaking a bone rattle and then calls out that it seems there is some sort of alarm. He's going to point towards you adventurers and then shout to the ogre as well and say, "Oh, you got new food, Torg! Get him!" And we open up the first round of initiative, starting with Cachette, who has simply made it to this cave and immediately realized that your company is hostile.
She's going to first of all move away from that cliff where she can see them a little better.
Good idea.
And then I think she's gonna actually do,
Oh, the scorching is raised.
yeah, after 2 on GW5 and 1 on GW3. Do the 14s hit actually?
Let me
I know
check real
26 will
quick.
hit.
Ooh. The 14s
Just miss?
just narrowly miss as these goblins
Damn.
duck for cover. They already have seen you coming.
Ooh.
They are prepared for battle. So the 26 is going to hit. You wanted that on the first goblin over here?
GW5. Yeah, the
That'll
closer one,
be
yeah.
6 points of damage.
6. Yeah, and then am I able to, because it's a bonus action, can I cast Spiritual Weapon or no? Because it's a spell as well. No, right?
That is also a leveled spell, and because you spent a spell slot on your Scorching Ray, you are not going to be able to cast Spiritual Weapon if you
Yeah,
are also
okay.
spending a spell slot on it.
EOT, yeah, I figured. Just double checking.
All right. We move on over to Rory as a burst of multicolored flame goes out to the goblins. Now they're really mad, so they're drawing their short bows. You can see the ogre in front of you is about to pick up his club. What would you like to do?
Roar. He's gonna. 1 second.
Was that auto for a
Roar.
second?
This character is inspired by Auto.
I see.
As you see, Rory picks up his hood and puts it on, and he starts to grow in size as he wall shape into a lion.
I guess I should have believed him.
Hugify!
Right?
Nice.
Hugify. And you see him start running toward the ogre, and in the middle of his running, he jumps a big jump to avoid all of this. Like goes back 1 feet and then goes up 10 feet and jumps toward him.
That is so cute.
Nice.
With his mouth open, putting his
Sick.
sharp teeth. What's it called?
Fangs?
Fangs. Thank you. Into the ogre's neck to rip it off, like an animal, like you know.
Damn. Vicious.
Oh no.
All right, let's see that attack roll. A rend attack.
I do have advantage from lion back tactics, and the familiar allowed me to use. So, if that's okay.
Okay. You're getting pack tactics from your familiar?
If you're okay with that, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
your
that's
familiar
fine.
could give you the help action, so either way is fine.
That the lion have a thing.
All right, so that is a 23 to hit, which will no doubt land and deal 11 points of damage to this ogre. You kind of claw straight through his large mud-covered stomach as he's going to let out a scream and then give a grin. Says, "Oh, you turned into a big kitty! I want to eat me some kitty!" And he has taken 11
as
damage in
he-
full.
As he starts yelling, I'm gonna respond with a yell as well. As Rory opens his mouth and loudly announces his dominance as he uses the roar. DC 11, wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. Is that a bonus action?
No, it's I'll post the sheets 1 second.
I think it's part of the action.
No, it's not part of the action. The lion gets 2 attacks, and he can replace one with the roar.
Oh, cool.
That's really good.
That's so sick.
Oh my god, but it's not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
matter. Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But not good enough
Easy.
because the ogre rolls a nat 20 on a wisdom save. He has just come out from the mud bath. He is feeling freshened up and shows no signs of fear towards you. After sinking your teeth in, he looks pretty happy, like he wants to tussle and fight. But unfortunately, he is not frightened.
I guess I was accurate. Roar!
You were too adorable.
That's gonna be the end of turn as he starts battling with the ogre, like 2 cats.
All right, and then we immediately go over to the ogre's turn. He's going to use his object item interaction. He's going to pick up this large great club. It seems to be maybe a bone from another giant creature, or perhaps even a dragon. But it's quite massive, and he lifts this thing up and swings it, lumbering towards Rory to make an attack at you. He's going to attack with a great club. That'll be a 23 to hit for 12 points of damage. Do you have the... Oh, actually, no, they changed wild shape now, yeah? So you don't have the lion's HP.
Yes, I get THP,
Oh, yeah.
but I don't lose the form when I lose the 9 HP. I
Okay,
stay in form until
that's interesting. All right, so
or
that's,
for an hour and a half to get up to my level.
that's going to be pretty much his turn. He just has one attack, but he is going to shout out towards his wife and say, Bilma, we got company. Come, I got a big one here, a real big one. And you're gonna see, or actually, I think some of you would be able to see, but past the rocks, there is a very large figure that is currently just sleeping on some very loose bedding. That ogre is going to wake up and get up from prone, and then it is gonna be taking the dash action as company joins him. She's going to squeeze through the rocks here. And you're going to see a female ogre. The token doesn't show it, but it's a female ogre with kind of long black covered hair that is also covered in moss and mud. She's going to rise out towards the party and take out a great club as well. So dashing, let's see. Dashing will get him speed 40. Surprisingly quite far.
Oh yeah.
Right up to
Hey, Gachette.
Gachette to give you a big old kiss on the cheek. No actions to attack yet, but that's going to be the end of the ogre's turn as we move on to Emberlyn.
Right, so Amberlyn, she just sees this giant ogre appear out of nowhere and just start running towards, towards the back line of the group. Amberlyn will kind of basically, she'll start weaving her hands around as she says, "Brother, restrain her," as she casts Hold Person onto the ogre, and I hope it's a humanoid.
I literally said they're giants.
It's not a
I'm gonna let you make a history
No.
check.
humanoid.
Ogres are not humanoids.
I'm gonna let you make a
Really?
history check.
9.
On a
I mean,
roll of a
technically-
9, it's not a very high DC. You definitely can tell this creature is a giant. They are not classified as a humanoid.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to say, Silk, you can take a point of inspiration for having your business cards, and Seal, you can take an
Thank
inspiration
you.
for the ribbon.
Unfortunate. Okay, well, unfortunately, I can't do that. Oh. Alright, well,
Yes, now
never
you can
mind.
distinguish
Well,
which one's which.
still, she'll say Blessed Mother, I guess. Help me restrain this one as she casts Witch Bolt onto the female ogre,
Okay.
the O2. And as she basically, alright, never mind.
Whoa. Oh
A
no.
little bit surprised
Oh.
to see that there wasn't just one, but two ogres. The stomping of this ogre's feet onto the ground, it kind of shakes the entire cavern. And as you reach your hands up to cast this witch bolt, there's a surprising amount of dexterity in this ogre's body, as it'll quickly snap over to you and then move its head out of the way of what would have been a quite dangerous spell. But I think even if do you have to hit it first to actually be able to get
It
these
still
bonus action
attaches.
parts? It still attaches.
It's still attached.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
you're fine.
unfortunately, she casts it. It kind of whiffs, and she kind of curses at herself. Damn it! And she basically controls it to still she controls it to whirl around and still attach to her. Can I do the bonus action damage still right now?
No, it says each of your
Alright,
subsequent turns.
Yeah.
That-
You have to hit, yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
him. Do, 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 do.
Oh.
Don't worry, everyone. I'm still keeping you all safe. Just wait
Now
for
the
back
question
here.
is, does the ogre have 10 feet reach?
No, it
Yeah.
seems to not provoke an opportunity attack as she moves.
Perfect. That's good to know.
Okay, that'll be the end of my turn. You'll see Emberlyn. She kind of quickly just using her quick heals and movement. She's going to quickly run across the battlefield and end her turn right there. EOT.
All right, we move on over to Gavrik, followed by Silk afterwards.
Don't worry, guys. I'll get the ugly one. Or this ugly one.
I'm not ugly. You're ugly.
I'm gonna
Yeah, to each
use
their own,
Sacred
my dear.
Weapon, and then use a luck point and then hit it with a maul.
All right. A 16 is going to land for 13 points of damage.
Okay. Well, I also need it to make a topple save, DC 17 con.
17? Damn.
17. It is the attack modifier, which is currently a +7, plus my proficiency +10. Or +8, sorry.
Is it your attack modifier? It says the ability modifier used to make the attack roll.
Which is the attack, yeah.
No.
Oh my
that's
goodness.
okay.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I'd
will
say
see
so.
that this ogre, even though it only has a +3, it is able to withstand.
DC 8 plus the ability modifier used to make the attack.
The topple, yeah.
The modifier for the attack is 7. But anyway.
That includes your
Anyway.
avoid
Yeah, it's
modifier
15.
and
15 plus
proficiency.
proficiency. Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
I'm gonna
like,
bonus
what?
action step of the actually no. Did I use my bonus action? I think I did. Yeah. EOT.
Yeah, I think it was a bonus action for Sacred Weapon.
After I walk behind it, but yeah. EOT.
All right. That lands and deals a pretty good amount of damage. I'll say at the moment, let's see. Her attention seems to be unfazed at the moment towards Cachette, who's the most bright-colored person here. So she still seems to be facing straight towards the back line. But we'll move on over to Soak, see if they can do anything about that.
Silk, as an object interaction, will pull out a cigar, cut it, light it, smoke it, and then in his most southern drawl say, "This town ain't big enough for the two of us," and then get
Is
in
he
his like
saying that
gunslinger
too?
stance. Get in his gunslinger stance, like with his hips kind of, with his knees kind of lowered, his hips kind of like jutting out, and like in a blink of an eye, just throw his hand out, and from that, a psychic blade will emerge.
Is it a
Bonus
psychic bullet in
action.
this
I will.
case?
No, it's just still a blade.
Okay.
So he's gonna bonus action study in. Why can't I? Okay, you know what it does, but
Yeah.
I
You're
for
good.
some
You're
reason it
good.
just doesn't pull
If
up.
you're gonna study in,
Yeah.
you'll have advantage.
Yeah, perfect. And I have Alvin accuracy, so
Oh, nice.
which is my 4th level feat. So yeah, psychic blade on the one in front of Cachette.
All right.
He's cheating.
EADV, baby.
That one.
Hey,
Ooh, nat 20.
nice. That is most definitely a hit as you dish out 19 points of damage immediately.
And I have mastery, which is Vex, so I get advantage on my next attack, which is going to be next round until the end of my next turn. EOT.
All right. And you have definitely gotten the ogre's attention as it looks over across Cachette towards you and squints its eyes. Oh, me head! And that psychic damage makes it bleed out from its mouth and its ears and its eyes. That was quite a big hit.
And can I narrate the nat 20?
Yeah,
you allow
definitely, if
me?
you want.
So Silk gets in his gunslinger stance, says, "This town ain't big enough for the two of us," and then throws it right between its eyes. And as soon as like it's about to make contact, it disappears, and this ogre gets the worst headache of its life.
Yes, it feels as though
EOT.
she had drank 10 barrels of ale the previous night from the hangover that she's getting at the moment. And it's not looking great. Not bloodied yet, but very close to it. As we will move on over to initiative count 4, which is going to be the goblins. You hear the goblins, they bring out their bows and scimitars, and they are going to start making attacks towards the party. Let's see. I think they just have short bows. Yeah, they got short
Over
bows.
here.
So we got a few good targets close by. One, I'm gonna roll a 1d3, and then on a 1 we're gonna target Gavrik. On a 2 we're gonna target Cachette. 3 we're gonna target Soak.
Come on, uglies.
Oh, they're gonna go
Oof.
for Gavrik.
Both. Well, that's what he wanted.
I don't know if it's gonna use the monster manual ones, but whatever. We'll just do 2 attacks.
Hopefully.
Ooh,
Plus, they do have a +4, so that'll be an 11 and a 6, which both go wide. They completely miss their shots, and they are then going to be moving this way out of sight. As you can hear further in the cave, there are movement. There is movement of various sorts, and it seems that other goblins are going to start showing up. And they are also going to be using their short bows to attack. They have an 80-foot range with the short bow, so we'll see if they actually can attack with any efficacy. Yep, they certainly can.
yeah, 80 feet's plenty.
All right, so
one
one
for
shot
me.
is going to be coming for Silk, and then another shot is going to be actually going to Rory from the goblin that pops up behind a pillar on the upper right.
Gotcha.
They're going to be
Is the
making
first one
2
for
more
me?
attacks. Yeah, first one's going to be for you, and then
Okay.
the second one is going to be for Rory.
Mhm.
These are going to be straight rows. That's a nat
Thank God.
1, followed by a 14 to hit for 6 damage. What is your AC? Is it 16?
16 will
Okay.
save. Yeah, it's the 13 plus wisdom word.
Yep, you're good. So those are gonna miss. These goblins, they don't seem very skilled in combat, but they're definitely trying their best, as that's gonna be their turn. And we enter round 2, starting with Cachette.
So Cachette is gonna go ahead and do some Radiance of the Dawn, and the only ones she can see are the 2 ogres and the 2 GW 5 and 3. So we will need a 14 concept.
That is a 30-foot emanation. Let's see if they're all within.
They are. What? I just measured that.
The goblins are just out of reach. Well, actually, I guess it would be an emanation from yourself.
You know
It would
what?
be extended,
You know
right?
You want to slide
Yeah.
5 feet over?
I know that's what I was thinking, but will I still get that guy if I move over? I think so.
No. Oh, maybe.
If I move
Wait, hang
here.
on. Yeah, you're just within range because it's overlapping
Yeah.
with the seal. Yeah,
Okay.
perfect. You
Alright.
can get that guy.
They are all gonna have to make a Constitution saving throw. Go ahead and get started with the goblins. Then we're gonna do the ogres.
Oh
How in this
wow.
world did they pass?
Oh my god!
At least
All
one
right.
ogre. I got one ogre.
We're gonna say the ogre that Rory's fighting is gonna fail, and he's going to take
Oh man.
the 16 points of damage. Do they take half damage? Yeah, they still take half damage
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
So he's gonna take
Which
a
is
big
like-
burst of damage as his
Kidding
skin is burned by Radiance of Dawn, but the other ones don't take it nearly as much.
I feel like it would make sense that this one would, since it's right in front of me.
Yeah. How's that ogre looking, by the way? The one in front of Cachette.
She is now looking bloodied
looking
after
fine.
being hit
Bloody
by this
perfect.
attack. Yeah.
And since that's not a spell,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
She's looking cute. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you out of second level spell slots already?
Did you long
No.
rest?
yes.
What?
Oh,
Oh.
because
That's a lot
it's
of
because
second
the
level.
it's I think because the Radiance of the Dawn was no, that took Channel of Divinity.
Yeah.
All I've casted was Scorching Ray, and that was level 2.
Do you exclamation S?
So I
last
should
time?
have 1 slot left.
Did you long rest?
It
Yeah.
does. Also, Kazuya, I was trying to listen.
I gave her a
Not
check
bad.
mark.
Cool. Yeah, maybe.
Do you have a token for your
just
spiritual
check
weapon?
your spell slots.
Yeah, I do. I got distracted by questions. Where is
Sorry.
it? Cachette.
Give me 1 second, I'll be ready.
They butchered spiritual
Um,
weapons.
Skip me.
Frustration.
I mean EOT, but I'll put it out when I find it. It's in here somewhere.
You don't want to attack with your spiritual weapon?
Oh, I can attack on this round.
Yeah, on the turn
Yes.
you cast it,
Yeah.
you can also attack with it.
Okay, well I'm gonna put it next to me right here, and
What is your
Hit
special
that boy with the bat. Smack.
how do I again attack with this?
You do have to make a custom counter for it, but For
Oh,
right
that's
now,
great.
yeah. For right now, you can just do what's your wisdom on?
+4.
And then your proficiency bonus is +2, right?
Yep.
So you would just do that.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to manual roll until you set it up. A 14 will hit if it's
Yippee!
on the ogre. Actually, wait, where's your spiritual weapon? Am I blind?
No, it's okay. So it's right here, but I'm trying to. I'll do it in between turns.
Got it.
Let's see, 1d8 +4.
Come
7
on, Max,
damage.
roll.
7 damage,
Oh,
not
well.
too shabby.
Yeah.
All right, now where is that thing? What folder did I put it in? And then EOT.
That's gonna be good. We
If you're a-
move on over to initiative count 18, which is gonna be Rory. Oh, thanks. You can copy paste that, Bree, and it should give you the option to be able to use virtual weapon now as an action.
Ooh, thank you.
Yes.
And if you describe what's your visual will look like, I can throw a token in for you if you want.
No, I have it. I just gotta find. I thought I had already put it in here, but I didn't. So here it is.
Okay, Rory looks back at the party, and even though their ogre looks bloodied, he's not satisfied and worried that they get in trouble. So he's gonna look back and, like an intimidating roar, looking at the other goblin. Come help your husband, you lousy wife! And he roars.
Ooh. All right. The ogre number 2 is going to be making the wisdom save here. This is on the wife, correct? The female one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
A 13. God, they are rolling so high on their saves. She
fine.
seems to be in an enraged fury as she just had woken up from her beauty sleep and been attacked by all of these mean adventurers. And so she is unfazed by Aurora and very much focused on trying to get back at Silk.
Okay. Rory clenches fist and forget that he's in the lion form and punch the ogre.
Do you have advantage on the roll?
Yes, I keep forgetting that. My God, my bad.
Oh,
Hey!
nice. Roll.
That's a 10.
Nice. All right.
Okay.
You slash in this ogre, and he coughs up blood. He's looking bloodied already.
So who's gonna be eaten, huh? The lousy ogre or the king of the jungle? Roar! EOT.
All right. Move on over to initiative count 15, which is going to be both the ogres. We'll go ahead and get started with the female ogre first, because she is already bloodied and very displeased by the adventurers here. She's going to move up and actually take an opportunity attack from Gavrik so that she can get up to range to Silk. She's just going
Get
to
her,
step
Gavrik.
over the spiritual weapon.
Gavrik?
Gavi.
We lost him, boys.
No.
I don't
Josh?
know. I don't know.
Joshua?
It's
It's your turn. It's your A up. It's
right.
your A
well,
up.
yeah. You can A up if you
You
want.
don't have to if you don't want to.
Please do.
I think I
please
will.
do.
I forgot to add the thing, but that +3 is
Oof.
10.
A 10 will just barely miss as she seems to stomp off and shake the ground, kind of displacing your position before she makes her way over to Silk and is going to make an attack on Silk.
Mm-hmm. Got you.
Oh my
Oof.
god!
I'm gonna uncanny dodge. Oh wait, that's level
I-
5. I
yeah,
can't.
that's level 5.
That's level 5.
That's level 5, my
Yep,
friend.
I'm taking this fully. I'm taking this fully. Oh my god.
You see, as you had landed a crit on her and she was looking pretty bad, she brings out this Unbridled Fury and does the exact same thing to you, smashing down
Yup.
with a massive, instead of having like a dragon bone, what she has as her great club is what simply seems to be a big stick with a rock on the end of it. And that rock smashes into your body. You can immediately feel some ribs shatter as you are put onto a critical state from that single blow. That is her one attack, though, so we move on over to the other ogre, who is going to be attacking Rory.
Got clipped.
And that's going to be a 15, which I believe misses. So he
Yes.
whiffs. He fucking picks up this big club, but you're already like half on him, so he doesn't quite have the space to swing this into you. It kind of ends up just like punching you and not dealing any damage whatsoever. As we move on over from the ogres to
Rory's
Emberlin.
like, Rory's like have
Okay.
his mouth like closed into his hand, so he can't use the club to hit Rory, and that's why he's punching and failing.
Okay, so with Emberlyn, she sees her dear companion Silk being injured, and she kind of quickly rushes into action as she looks towards the the female ogre, and she says, "Burn in hell, abomination!" As she's going to do her Witch Bolt auto attack, as basically it's going to that lash or that fire thing that's attached to her. It's going to just whip, basically like kind of just whip the ogre in the face, doing 7 fire damage.
Yep, that's a nice little burst of damage.
And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cast. Yeah, I don't want Silk to die. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at level 2.
Yes.
It's 4 missiles, right?
Yeah, it's 3 at
Yes.
first level, so
Okay.
it's 4 at second.
Okay, so huzzah!
Nice.
All right, that will be 14 points of force damage, putting the total of damage dealt to 68. You want to know how much health an ogre has? Take a guess. Take a guess.
69.
69.
69.
70.
Our guesses are. Is
70?
is that 69? That's our guess.
Yeah.
70.
Yes.
Is it 70?
Oh my
Oh, it
god.
is 68! Oh, wow!
It is exactly 68. How do you kill this thing with a magic missile?
So basically, as she kind of does the Witch Bolt attack, basically she burns the skin a bit off, and she kind of basically sees her companion a bit low, or being like harassed, kind of. She basically conjures up these 4 magic missiles from her hands and fires each one like kind of separately. And as they attach to the ogre, she basically claps her hands together as they all explode in a fiery. And as a fiery source of damage, and basically explode the head off, and she quickly just tells the ogre, "Burn in hell."
The ogre, which is now headless because its head is just kind of a smoldering, empty mess, is going to collapse to the ground, and it is dead. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I guess she'll sort of move forward a bit. Yeah, she'll move forward, kind of next to Silk, making sure that he's okay.
My suit. Oh, my suit.
Oh, you'll be fine, I promise.
Okay.
And she'll move up here, and then she'll end her turn.
All right, and then we move on over to Gavert. Looks like
Okay.
one of the ogres is down.
I'm gonna look at Silk, see it's injured, and then go, someone else's problem. And sprint towards the goblin.
It's my problem. You're right. It is my problem.
You gotta go up the ladder.
Yeah, there's a ledge here, so it's
Oh,
about
there's
15
a
feet up.
ledge.
Yeah, you can climb up the
In-
ladder that is located on either this tile or
In
this
that
tile.
case, I am going to step of the
Wind?
whatever it's called.
Giant? Something? I forget.
Misty step?
Mission
Wait,
A.
Astral step?
Blessing of the Raven Queen. That's
Oh,
what
there
it's
you
called.
go.
Oh.
Okay. Up to them after doing like 10 feet forward.
Excellent. Yep, that'll work.
and pull out my axe
And everyone wants
Um,
to listen, but no one wants to play. It's great.
and take a nice swing at them.
I think they're all leaving Otto's game. That's
Oh
fine.
That's an
no.
11.
I'm sorry.
Can I
Oof.
do my luck thing?
Hey.
I forget. I need to check if I can do my
Fine.
luck thing after. I don't think I can.
If you want to use lucky, I'll let you use it after you've seen the roll.
Okay. I'm gonna use my final thing of a lucky then, and that hits.
21 will most definitely hit. How do you end this poor goblin's life?
It's kind of rude to hide, and cut him in half.
He is going to be cleaved into. The goblin's probably about 3 foot tall, and his friend, who is not looking quite healthy either, is absolutely terrified and pisses himself as he sees this.
Well, I have a weapon mastery, so I'm gonna continue the fucking swing.
Ooh. Nice. An 18 will hit. And let's see. The damage is just the 1d12. But the 7 damage
Just
is
7.
going to be enough as you get a double kill and you cleave them both in half.
Guys,
Damn.
I got these ones.
Good job.
Ooh, great job, Gavrik.
And I'm gonna start climbing down the ladder, EOT.
Excellent job. We move on over to Silk, who's currently not doing so well.
No. I'm like, oh, my wife is gonna enjoy this. Enjoy this tale and healing me and you know, we don't have to get into it.
No, we don't.
Let's just say me and my wife love each other very much. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to attack and then run and hide.
As
So
rogues
I'm gonna
do.
attack. Yes, as rogues do. I'm gonna attack the ogre one. I have bonus action. Sorry. Let me refer to that. From Vex from last turn, I have advantage.
No. Only on the
So
same
I'm gonna
target.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's only other target
Yeah.
that you
Works?
hit.
Mm.
Let me quickly check that on my soul knife. Because it might be.
It's the weapon mastery.
Yeah, I don't know
that
everything.
affects it.
If you hit a creature with a psychic blade and deal damage to that creature, you have advantage on your next attack roll again. Oh, yeah, that creature. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
I killed it
Sorry.
though.
Yeah. We killed it. Okay.
So, I mean, you could still
Bonus
steady
action,
aim.
steady aim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. That's a level 3 feature, so I still have that, yeah. So bonus action, steady aim, hi-ya. On ogre 1. Let's go. Let's go.
Damn,
Let's
two
go.
crits.
my
I mean,
God.
it's kind of
But that's
sad.
bad
You
damage.
crit and you did 1 damage. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's bad.
I don't know.
Uh,
I'll.
5 ones.
That is a pitiful crit. I'm sorry.
It was bad.
It was bad.
5
It was
ones.
bad. It's because I'm at 5 health, so I
Yeah.
as I'm reeling, like all my ribs are basically broken, and I'm like exhaling, and every movement hurts. Every molecule of my being hurts, and I just aim this with my elven eyes and my elven muscles. I just aim this perfectly, but it's like such a weak throw. It does nothing. Well, it does basically nothing. But yeah, 13.
That's some good flavor
And
though for or why your crit was so
Yeah.
pitiful. You can take a point of inspiration, and also
Thank
Emberlyn
you.
and Gavrik can take a point of inspiration for their kills. We will see that this ogre is still
Oh.
alive. He's bloodied, but he's still alive.
Can I burn an inspo to re-roll the damage?
No, you may not. You may not.
Can I burn 2 inspo to roll the damage? Re-roll the damage.
If you want to burn 2, it's going to reroll the damage. Sure, that's fine.
Yes, I do.
I'll let you
because
burn
it's
that
5
resource.
ones. Yes.
So you can reroll the whole thing if you want.
Yeah, I will. Oh, just hang on.
Because
Sorry.
maybe you kill this thing if you roll high enough.
So it's what is it? It's 66.
Yeah.
Plus
Plus
3.
3.
Okay.
Let's see this. Let's see this.
And I really pray.
hopefully you
Better.
get higher
20
than a
points.
13.
That's definitely
Okay.
better.
Yeah.
That'll be
It's a lot better.
another 7 points of damage. So yeah, this thing is looking pretty badly hurt.
that, and then I will eat with tea.
Let's see if we could find a less chill song. Why is this song so chill?
I don't think you ever changed it to combat music.
Unfortunately
Fair.
not, but you know,
I'm
I
using
was
the
gonna
same
say it.
list, but there is a lot of like adventure-y songs in this list that I'm trying to find. Here we go, The Lone Wolf. Surely that has to fit more. Not really. Oh well. We move on over to initiative count 4, which is going to be the goblins. So at the moment, we've got 2 dead goblins. They got sliced in half by Gavrik. But we also have 2 other goblins that are going to see things aren't going so well. These 2 ogres that over the table, they have been kind of like left here by the goblins to serve as guards for the main entrance. They've been disposed of quite quickly. So the goblins they're not too happy about that. We're going to have goblin number 6 take a pop shot at Silk since he seems to be low. But if it doesn't work out,
Oh, no.
they are very likely to retreat.
Can I reaction warding flare?
I don't think a 13 is going to
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think a 13
Yeah.
is going to hit. So you don't
You're a
have
light
warding flare.
flare?
As he misses the shot, he's then going to
Light
retreat
clarks are so good.
to the darkness. And then this goblin here, he is going to take a shot as well, and then very likely retreat.
Okay.
Guys, they're running already.
That is going to be a
Can you do warding
21
flare?
to hit Silk.
I'm not down because I have more than 3 health. But can you do warding flare after the fact or no?
Oh, do you have to do it before I declare a roll? Or when
That's what I was
declare a roll?
curious about. How does it work in 24?
When a creature that you can see within 30 feet of yourself makes an attack roll, you can take a reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. You can use this feature 4 times per long rest.
Doesn't specify,
Bad.
so I can sing anytime.
Yeah, it doesn't specify.
Do you want to? You don't have to.
I got 4,
Okay,
so
that-
might as well.
Got you, cool.
Hope he rolls low.
I'll just roll a 1d20.
Make sure to burn that.
Oh!
Nope.
God
Do I,
damn
wait,
it.
wait, wait. Do I have to take the
Lower.
lower? Do I take the reroll or do I take the
It's-
lower?
You take the
It's either one, it's disadvantage, so
Oh,
whichever
it's
one's
disadvantage?
lowest.
Yeah, if it says disadvantage, then it
Advantage,
will
I think.
be
Yeah.
only a 20 to hit. And that is just 3 points of damage that Silk is going to take. Not a whole
Yeah.
lot. Let me double
No,
check
but I'm low.
the 2025 stat block. Maybe they do more damage. Come on, come on. If it had advantage, it would deal extra damage, but unfortunately not. So just 3 points of damage, as it's then going to scutter away into the darkness and disappear. And you guys are going to hear noises further into the cave. Anyone with passive perception of 15 would definitely hear footsteps further into the cave, but they stop. And it doesn't seem like any more goblins are coming this turn. As we move on over to the top of round 3, we're going to go ahead and go over to Chet.
Oh, yes. This guy's, yeah, he's still alive, right?
The ogre
she's
here?
going to
Yes.
yeah, she's gonna see he's the only one left, and she's gonna throw a fun little rainbow guiding bolt and smack him for 18 damage.
Damn.
Beautiful.
That is
Guiding
man, you are
ball.
out of first level spell slots. I don't think you
Wait,
long
I'm
that
not. I
can't
have
be right.
4.
I
You-
don't
I
think
Wait,
swear I
do
long
that.
rested.
You
Do
did.
don't think you long
exclamation
rested,
SS
girl.
I
real
don't
quick.
think you-
Real quick.
Oh,
do
you know what?
this.
I did it on my sheet. Does that not count?
Yeah,
That does
doesn't
not
count. That
count.
does not count.
No, you have to do
Since
it
when?
in average. You have to do it in average.
damn it.
Since like
Oh, my-
forever.
okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
burn 2 second levels, 1 first level, 1 channel divinity, 1 warding flare, and you should be good, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you used a lot, but it's worth it.
But before you do that, how do you finish off this ogre?
Well, as you see the bolt that comes out of her hands, it goes up and arches right over Rory, and as it hits the ogre, he's just like bathed in this neon light that like singes into him and just crumbles him to pieces. And now he's just a little rainbow on the floor.
He becomes a puddle of rainbow that actually turns this pool of mud into almost like an oil puddle. It gets this kind of rainbow colored gradient that appears. That's actually just the transmuted blood of the ogre, as it is now dead, and you guys are dropped out of initiative. You can take a point of inspiration, and then please fix your counters.
Yep.
But yeah, the cave goes quiet, as it sounds like those goblins, they just straight up fled the fight.
Anyone
that all
wanna
of-
go kill the goblins?
Wait,
used
wait.
one
We have injured. We should probably wait a bit.
Oh,
Going to look
fine.
towards. She's going to look towards Silk, and she's going to kind of like on her hip is attached like a little potion of healing. She kind of gives. It may not help, but here, hopefully this could help you in some way.
Who was
Yeah,
the
my
person
suit's
who,
in.
who was
Oh,
the
sorry.
person who called Rory a child at the start?
Keshet.
Oh, he walks toward you, and as a lion, he stands on his back feet, as tall as he can, and he look down and be like, "Who's the child now?"
And she's gonna just reach up and like pet Rory on the head and not like think anything of it. You're still
tries
My
so
to
suit's-
cute.
It tries to hide his burring, but moves away. Roar!
What an adorable druid. Well,
So
that
cute.
seems to be all of them. I'm glad we're all kind of okay. Does anyone know any healing spells? I unfortunately can only
I-
give Silk a
Oh.
potion.
I do
So
know
I-
some.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
okay, you, because mine heals everyone, and I don't think anybody else is really hurt.
No, it's just
Okay.
me.
I'll give him 15.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right. Let's continue.
We're still in that cave.
I'm the only one injured, so it's fine. Let's continue.
Well, before we continue on, there's a metaphoric, well, fork in the road. We can either go up here, and she kind of points up there, or we can go down, or we can go here. What do you suggest that? Okay, well, I guess we're going over there.
Oh wait, hold on.
I'm just moving
I
around.
Can I not put a wall here? Let me just draw it on the map, because I thought I put a blocking line here that was translucent, but I didn't. Up into this bigger cave over here, there should be a gate. There's going to be a metal gate
Oh yeah, I see
that
it.
is obstructing. Let me make it more visible.
Well,
That is obstructing
This
what seems to be like a
ominous
large
door.
cavern. Not as large as the main chamber, but definitely a decent size.
See.
I
Does it
don't know
have-
about anyone else, but I see a gate and I feel the urge to try and smash it with a hammer.
Maybe a more precise approach is necessary.
Maybe.
I'm not excluding the smashing because I do enjoy that, but let's see if something else can be another approach works.
I mean,
Does it
go
have a
right
keyhole,
ahead.
DM?
What
DM,
was
does the gate have a keyhole?
Yeah, it has a keyhole.
Hmm.
You place it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna pull out thieves' tools
I
and
mean, the
try
gate
and.
itself seems to
okay.
be made out of iron and it's rusted, but there is a keyhole that very likely was used to open and lock it. You can go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for me.
Got you. Okay.
Oh,
That's
oh no.
sleight of hand. Yeah. What's up?
DM?
Yeah.
Do I see them?
You definitely see some. I mean, whatever you see in here.
Hello? Are you there?
If you see it, you see it.
Actually, here, let me do a stealth check. You know what?
Never mind, you
don't
see
see anyone
nothing.
there.
Yeah. Okay.
Must have been
Perfect.
the wind.
Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand.
Yeah. You can do a sleight of hand.
Got it. I'm gonna burn a.
Oh,
I'm gonna
no.
burn a knack. I'm gonna burn
Okay.
a knack.
Yep.
Let's see if this works. Okay. 14.
14. You try to fiddle with this lock, and it seems, even though it's not a complicated mechanism, it is rusted, and the inside of it seems to be fucked with in some way, as your thieves' tools do not penetrate through.
Got you.
You get your
I'm
die
gonna
back, but you are unsuccessful on the attempt.
All right. Smash it.
Can I search these bodies? Or no?
They don't really have pockets, so there's not much to search unless you're trying to split open their stomachs.
Okay, never mind. Well, I guess like
You find
As
like a
Emberlyn-
bone necklace and a giant club that was used as their weapons, but in terms of their clothing, they just have like loincloths and scrap
Uh-huh.
leather.
okay. So yeah, so
know,
as
now you
Emberlyn
mention-
kind of picks up the bow necklace and the everything, she She goes to turn around, goes back to the party, but before that, she kind of like has like a splitting headache as she hears in her head a voice that says, "Even to sin, enjoy, glutton, indulge a little." As the temptation is kind of too much for her to kind of resist. As I don't know if I can I use Fanged Bite on dead creatures or no?
No.
They are no
No?
longer creatures; they're objects.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, never
dead,
mind. I
dead
guess
bodies are
my
objects. Yeah.
my cool thing is gone. Never mind.
You
You're
can make a
good.
survival
It's
check for me if you
okay.
want to try to draw some blood from this.
I
Let the
guess.
dampier
fresh.
get her blood.
It's fresh.
And they are freshly dead. Yeah. It's like
I guess
in
I'll survival wrong.
Yeah, if you're looting
I
the
did.
goblins though, they have one. They have a scimitar and they have a short bow. If anyone wants those.
I got a 9.
A 9. You
I'll take the short bow.
try to actually you give a sniff over this corpse of a goblin, and immediately it sends your nose a little bit cringing because the dead blood, or the fact that this goblin's dead, means that its blood has not putrefied yet, but its taste has gone sour, and so very likely you would get no benefits from drinking it. You could though, but you would get no benefits.
Dang. Is the gate floor to ceiling?
Yes.
She'll
Is the
she'll
game
basically
hammer-proof?
dismiss it and she'll regroup with the party.
This area is about
Gotta
10
be kidding.
feet tall. The rest of the cave is massive, but this area where it like shrinks down to the cavern is about 10 foot.
I would like to smash the lock off it if I'm able to.
Yeah, you can make me an athletics check.
Oh, athletics.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
Nice.
that's gonna be good enough as you bash through the rusty lock. It seems to have been jammed up, but nothing that a warhammer can't or a maul can't solve. As you hear a loud metallic clang that resonates within the chamber. Ding! And then the door creaks open, and now you can see inside. And indeed, if you move up, they are no longer going to be able to hide. As you see, there is a human woman wearing an orange hood who seems to be trying her best to stay out of sight.
Well, are you lost over there? The exit's just out there if you want to leave.
She turns around and looks at you kind of a little bit wide-eyed. You can see her lips are chapped. Her robes or cloak are torn up. And she is very likely at 1 HP with a couple levels of exhaustion. Who are you?
I'm Gavin.
Adventurers.
You might have heard of me.
I've not heard of such a name.
Ah, well, who are you and your friends? Why are you in here? There seem to be a lot of goblins here.
We've been taken captive by the goblins.
Ah,
We
have
come
you
from
considered
Brindlewatch.
not being incredibly weak?
I beg your pardon?
They're goblins.
They-
Come on.
There's goblins. There's lots of them.
All right. Well, no
Did you
need
kill
for the
all of them on the way
judgment,
here?
Gavric.
Most of them, I think. I hope.
Were they keeping you prisoner here?
Yes. We had fled
Alright,
here
well,
initially when the hill giants had attacked Brindlewatch. Usually the caves are safe. The giants, they roam the forests. But for some reason something had upset them and they attacked town. It was safer to flee than to go to the town center and risk running into one of those things.
Well, we actually came here to help you all. We heard about a
Yes.
mission of people who are trapped in a cave. We're here to, well, help you escape, essentially. My name is Evelyn. Hello.
Greetings. My name is Sally. I was someone who worked at the merchant shop, but all of us, we got cut off once we entered inside the caves. The goblins, they surrounded us and they held us captive. Did you kill all of them? You took care of them?
Well, we took care of some of them, but we are still thinking that there's more around. My dear friend here, Gavric, was quite efficient at taking care of them. Well, we all were, but
There was only
he
two, so...
Are there more of you?
you did well.
deeper in the cave.
He's gonna call the rest of the survivors who are gonna come out from their little hidey holes. They're trying to stay out of sight just so that they don't get in trouble from the ogres or the goblins. But you'll see that so far there's 5 commoners. All of these seem to be in kind of scrapped, damaged commoner robes or attires. And there is a human female. Actually, there's 2 humans. An elderly woman who is actually... Actually, we'll say she's human too. 3 humans, a satyr, and a dwarf. All of whom seem to be having a few levels of exhaustion, and they're quite injured, so they aren't able to be of much distance. But she'll gather them all together and say, there is one of us that got taken by their goblin boss. They took him further into the cave. His name was Paul.
Cool.
Got it.
And
You walk?
you're Sally, right?
Sally.
Okay. Can you
Make
walk?
it out.
I think so.
Okay.
Alright. You guys better get out of here before they decide to come back.
Hold on, before they do, what have you
Hmm.
seen in here? So we've got goblins and those ogre things. You seen anything else? Anything bigger?
Who wants to roll a luck check for me?
Not me.
I'll do it.
Gabbercast. Oh, okay.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. Oh wait. Gavin, do you want to do it, or do you want me
No,
to
you
do
can
it?
go for it.
Okay. I am super lucky. I've never failed a
Oh,
single luck
wait,
check in my
wait.
entire life.
Before you do it, just know
Yeah?
that if it's bad, we're gonna all blame you.
Mhm.
It's
Gonna
not
make
gonna be bad.
of them.
Listen, my
Yeah.
luck
You're
checks
gonna
are
roll a
always
nat one. You're
super
gonna roll a nat
good.
one.
If you roll on that one, I'm killing these guys.
Nice. There you
14.
go.
What I say?
All right. So yeah,
I
they
just want to let
the
you know.
goblins, or not the goblins, the commoners, they're gonna tell you that it seems like there's quite a bit of goblins within this cave. They're led by their little war boss, who is a goblin that wears plate armor and wields a battle axe, who names himself Hard Hat.
Mine.
And he is quite a
Good thing.
dangerous foe. He also has what seems to be some sort of wizard or tribal person, a spellcaster of a sort. They call it a goblin hexer, and Hexer was far more, well, not far more, but just as formidable as the goblin boss, and was kind of like a second-hand person in charge of things. The goblins, they had mostly ruled this cave and kept the ogres, kind of tricking them into just staying around this main area and feeding them any sort of scraps of the adventurers that had come inside or the monsters that are around the lands. They would use them as the guards for the main entrance. But as of recent, they've kind of been stucking to their hidey-hoes, the goblins, because there's some sort of creature that they call a blob that is living near the water supply in the bottom right corner of the map. The southeast cave, they call it. And then further up, where there is basically a crevasse, like a wide trench area, they have not crossed over there because that seems to be the territory of something far larger and scarier than the blob. And the goblins don't want to fuck with it, even though they think there's treasure on the other side.
Interesting.
This other thing, it didn't by chance fly, did it?
She's gonna shake her head. We haven't seen it. We try to keep out of sight from the ogres. But we've heard its roar. It sounds like a lion and a dragon at the same time. It's terrifying.
Oh, that would be me. Sorry about
Oh.
that. I didn't want to walk in, so I don't scare you, but don't worry, I'm a friendly lion.
He's a good line. Yeah.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I help?
Sure.
Bet. I'm proficient, so I can.
Can I pretend
Yeah.
to be scared of the lion?
You
Here,
can
have
make,
some
a, you can make a
guidance.
performance check if you want.
I give them guidance.
Nice.
Okay, I don't want to be rude, but you both are not knowing that I'm gonna walk in, so guidance and help is not gonna affect me.
Okay, I
'Cause I
take my
just
guidance back.
walked in. Yeah, it feels all bit metagamey to me that you guys are immediately trying to help without knowing that I'm gonna introduce myself now.
Makes sense.
Are you like Aslan? Oh,
Oh, but he got a nat 20 anyway.
They're like,
See?
"Oh, you're the
See?
most
I'm
adorable
telling
creature
you,
I've ever seen. I'm not afraid of you, Aurora. I swear it.
role playing pays out. I didn't even need the help or guidance. Karma.
Instant. Yeah, she does not seem to
Alright.
be terrified. In fact, all of these commoners, they look towards you guys as their saviors. They're very much relieved because they seem really tired. But she is undoubtedly adoring Rory. And
Alright,
at this
well,
point, I'll need everyone in the party to give me a perception check.
oh.
oh, great.
Oh, twinums.
Again? Oh
Wow.
man,
Oh,
Think
we're
we
just
should
meant
be-
to be together.
We are.
Nice.
All right, keep your tokens in place as you will definitely hear the sound of footsteps coming from the upper part of the cavern. And if Rory or Gavrik were to turn around, you would definitely see some little green feet making their way over. Quite a substantial amount, in fact. I don't know how much you can see, but there's a lot.
Rory immediately looks back at the villagers and he says, hide away, take cover, don't intervene for your safety.
All
Our
right.
laws are capable.
We'll make sure these
I'm
goblins don't harm you.
gonna have everyone roll for initiative. You're not gonna be in combat yet, but you can definitely tell because you all passed your perception checks that there are people approaching. So it's up to you what you want to do. But we're gonna handle things in initiative order because that makes the most sense. For Cachette,
keep my
I have
HP.
not addressed it,
I
but
roll.
this old lady, you know, I'm just reusing a token from the previous one. I'm sure you can tell, but she would kind of look at you and be like, who are you, dearie? Oh, your hair is so lovely.
Oh, okay. I must be mixing you up with somebody else then, I
I
guess.
haven't seen you
my God.
before. Wait, are you my daughter?
Maybe in another life.
Your hair is so beautiful. And she's gonna like take off her hood, and she has like red and blue hair for some odd reason.
Oh my god.
Wow, your hair is just as beautiful.
Oh my
Oh, thank you,
It's the
dear.
old. I forgot what her name was. It's the old lady from the Emerald Dungeon. I forgot her name.
Oh my god, you know her too. We know her from so many places. She has one of those faces, you know?
Would you like me to take your fortune? And like the goblins are on the way and about to charge in, and she's like taking out a deck of very dirty playing cards.
Oh yes, absolutely. She sits cross-legged on the floor.
Oh no.
Great.
Cachette, just not the time.
All right, give me 1 second. Hold on. This is the thing. Oh, over the table. How's everyone doing for time so far? I think it's been about. Let me see. It's been about an hour and 40 minutes so far.
I don't have work
I'm doing
tomorrow.
good.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
free
chilling.
for the next 24 hours because I just woke up.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
Let's go.
24-hour session? Question mark?
hell yeah, let's go.
No.
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 No,
You're capping so hard.
I'm just saying I'm free. I didn't say I wanted 24 hours. I have work. There is a new item to be added.
Oh.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
there
Josh
is.
was gonna
Interesting.
kill me.
I will. Promise.
He's the board tier 3 without a single item in tier 3 show.
Oh wow.
Oh my goodness.
I've already sent a hitman.
All right.
I'm gonna.
If you can go ahead and roll me a 1d24, Cachette.
Oh my god.
17.
17.
I will just let you know right now, my first action is going to be run into the middle of their entire group.
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no! This is so bad.
Oh my
is
god,
so
what is
bad.
it?
Oh, no.
No.
Well,
No.
I'm sticking with
This
it.
is what I think.
I used my luck point to reroll.
This is a luck check. She has produced what seems to be a very old and dirty deck of cards, but as soon as you pull a card, it begins to glow up as a little bit of remnants of magic are still left within this deck of wonder. And as soon as you draw the card and look at it, you are terrified to see a skull, an omen of death.
Oh no.
You take
Oh
2d10
my
necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum is
Oh.
reduced by that amount.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
So adjust
There were
on your
plenty of
sheet.
great things
Reaction
in
yeah.
warding
this.
flare.
There were plenty of great things in this deck, by the way. Just want to say. So you will take 11 points of damage as immediately the omen of death begins to sap your strength. And the old woman, she starts crying. She says, "Oh no, this is not good. This is not good for you or your adventurers. We're all going to die here." And yeah, that's when initiative is going to take place.
And all I'm
This
saying
is why you shouldn't leave the Athenian
no.
or whatever it was called.
But you know what? Your hit point maximum is 20 now. So we're still twinning! Look at that!
Woohoo! It was meant to be.
All right. How about we take a quick 5-minute break before we get into things? Again, it's not necessarily going to be combat, but you guys can come up with a game plan. I'm just going to freshen up a little bit, use the bathroom, get some water. We'll be back in, again, 5 minutes. So around the half-hour mark.
I have to use the bathroom.
Hey guys, I have a dumb plan.